I'm going to talk about the Don't Say Gay bill legislation thing in Florida. And really, the first thing I want to say is just like, ugh, it sucks. It sucks. So it is legislation that in Florida says that schools, public schools, are not allowed to teach about sexual orientation um, up until third grade. And then after that, you can only speak of it like in age appropriate terms, which who determines that? Um, and it's censorship. It's just censorship, plain and simple. And it's trying to erase queer people, which is not good because we exist and we deserve to be acknowledged and not like literally in the law marginalized and erased. Now, this is basically because they're trying to enforce their conservative values onto everyone. I say conservative like this because not all people who are conservative in different ways are doing homophobic and transphobic and whatever phobic things. Um, but a lot of people that falls in their umbrella of that. So they're trying to enforce their values of I am so weirded out by gay, trans, lesbian, whatever, that we don't want our kids exposed to it because it will like traumatize them when really kids are so accepting. Kids are some of the most accepting people when it comes to stuff because they're learning new things all the time. So if they see someone, who's a wheelchair user, they might say, "Oh, mommy, why is that person in that chair like that?" And you'd say, "Oh, because, maybe their legs aren't able to help them walk as much as they'd like, so this helps them get around." It's quick, it's informative, and they move on with their day. They just go, "Okay, cool, I accept this as fact, neat." And so the same thing with it's primarily focused at sexual orientation. So that's why it's called a Don't Say Gay bill. Of they're not allowed to teach it in these younger classes because they think because they feel uncomfortable with the idea and concept or they feel like opposed to it that they want to make it completely taboo and pretend it doesn't exist, which isn't the world that we live in. And even if they want to raise their families that way, it's not okay to write law to specifically marginalize or erase an already marginalized group. So it's bad. It's being fought in the courts now for clear violation of like non discrimination stuff. And it's depressing that this is the country that I live in. I live in the state of California, so it is a much more progressive place with our laws, but this is still my country. And even though it's far away from me, it's not okay.